why you would remove those, but yeah, maybe that IO needs to have a little bit of a higher priority here, and maybe they get first pick this time around so they can pick up one of the other two left in the pool. But yeah, we'll see that one. They will have first pick this time around. So the Death Prophet still in the pool. Previously, Quincy crew banned out the Timbersaw as well, and they paired it up with a Mars, but they might want to remove Death Prophet now so that they don't give it away to the VP squad, but they go for Mars again.
I think for Virtus Pro, DP would be the obvious choice here, because it allows Quincy crew to pick Buck, but still, it's a good matchup for the Death Prophet, and you're comfortable playing that. But what I also have to notice, what all of us already noticed, is that Virtus Pro does not play IO. Like you have a first pick and you're still banning it out. Having a very broken hero that's so in the meta and not being able to play it puts you at an disadvantage, because you're wasting that one ban. You could have banned a Puck or something similar versus Quinn.
Yeah, that's again why I feel like Quincy crew is taking advantage of the fact that it was a 3-game series, because they were willing to lose that first game. And now that it's on the table, and now that it's won, if they win this series, then their next series, their opponents have to be like, damn it, do we have to ban IO also?
Yeah. I'm a little baffled when we have OG 2-time TI champions, IO Core, making it work every time again, and it looks so good. And you're a carry player, right? So then you play carries like, okay, what is my next hero that I'll master? Because that's how it goes. You want, as any player, if you're a professional player, you want to have like your pool of heroes. Why don't you try and master IO when you know that that's the hero that wins TI?
And
I feel like it should be in anybody's arsenal at this point.
And it's not like they're not practicing. Like I'm looking at these players, I'm watching their pubs. They're playing Wraith Kings, like Nightfall, Wraith King, Ursa, Jug, all these kind of heroes. The heroes that he has to the T, he knows how to play them.
I think we're finding a deeper mentality between carries. It's not just about farming creeps. It's about right-clicking creeps. That's what they like so much. IO carry, you don't right-click as much.
True.
You're just walking around. Carries.
Well, actually, yeah, you don't even have legs. Maybe they just like walking in the jungle.
Yeah, also true, exactly.
Are there many carries that actually don't have legs?
Morphling.
Morphling.
Yeah, but he can have them. He can have them.
He can't have spider legs.
Does Spectre, you consider Spectre having legs, or is he floating? Because she's like a ghost spirit
She floats
thing.
also.
She floats.
She's not meta though.
Never mind then. My theory is incorrect.
I think I'm onto something. I think right clicks.
Why is Quincy crew taking so long into the second pick phase? Or second pick, not phase?
Probably VP actually picked something good for once.
Exactly, and deciding what to do versus an actual good pick, because something that they really like playing is a Venomancer, and right now it might not look that great to pick it up. They do usually leave it for later on, but still, you're thinking you're playing versus Oracle. It's not as easy to dominate the lane versus that support.
Also,
no, Beastmaster probably a much better idea.
Could have Huskar potential on the side of
Virtus
VP.
I think when you look at Oracle as a position 5, it's no longer you see that Oracle, you must ban out Huskar.
No,
but because they did play it, you have a good point.
Yeah,
but they only played it as the 4. Like,
still though.
Yeah. But
I think what I'm hoping for this game for VP is exactly what you said, Lizard. I don't want them to try some cute, funky, weird stuff. I want them to just show us that they have what it takes to play a normal game of Dota with heroes that are currently hot, just for everyone, where it's a type of draft where you could see any team have picked it, and then they will pick it and they will play it the way it's supposed to.
They're all incredibly skilled players.
Yeah.
They don't need to rely on these off-kilter picks. They can do great on everything that's meta.
You're just forgetting that one thing, that they're all so young and inexperienced when it comes to majors or LAN events in general, and it gets to you. It really does. Even in the game, the way they play, the mistakes, those small micro mistakes that they make, you don't usually see them making those.
Yeah.
Do you think that maybe it would have been better for them to drop a couple of games so that they would have taken second slot at the major, and therefore having to go through the group stage, because that's where you practice a lot, right?
Probably
basically.
seeing these games, probably it would have been better for them. Yeah.
That, and I also think Navi not being here kind of impacted them a little bit. If Navi was in that group stage, I
They
think
would have learned a lot from that.
exactly, because they played in the same. Gambit, I don't think gave enough information on Eastern Europe and how Eastern Europe DPC fared. The wildcard wasn't enough of a benchmark. But I think Navi being here, VP could have looked at those games and been like, oh.
But as a team that scrims Team Secret a lot, Team Secret won. So they should have had a little bit of a benchmark there already as
but
well.
Western Europe also wasn't doing great.
That is true.
Shiver.
If they mostly scrimmed European teams,
Yeah.
And if they're
they're
screaming,
paying their dues right now.
you're saying they're screaming Team Secret. It doesn't mean that they're winning those scrims.
True. That is
Anything
true.
can happen. But so far, I really like where their draft is going. I like this Oracle plus Death Prophet, and I wouldn't mind seeing something like perhaps Timbersaw in the next
You
second
can't.
page.
It's banned. First banned by
First-
Quincy Crew.
It's so okay. I see. Yeah, Mars and Timber, what they always ban.
Yeah. A lot of cores being banned by Quincy Crew, with the Troll and the Phantom Lancer actually being banned out as well. On the other side, VP is actually focusing a little bit more on the mid laners. We don't know yet if Death Prophet is the mid or not, but at the moment it looks like it will be. Also, they have the Oracle, which is a great pairing with a core Death Prophet.
So the only way they can mix it all up is put Death Prophet on offlane, right? Because you have a
Yes.
5, so...
And I would imagine DM.
And I don't think
We'll be
that
able to play it.
Nightfall would be a Death Prophet player from the 1 position. So yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
It's either mid or off lane. For Quincy Crew, I think LOA is kind of going under the radar. His Abaddon in that last game he's been playing Abaddon a lot, almost as much as Lanham has. And
Is
so
it Lord of America or
That's
Lord of Avernus?
apparently-
Avernus.
so that's
Avernus.
what I thought. But God said that during an NADPC interview, he didn't actually reveal what the acronym stood for. He just said that it was a rebrand for symbolic reasons. That
And does he actually want to be called LOA or LOA or still SVG?
probably LOA. I don't think you would do
if
the
he's using
capitalization
it,
like that.
very interesting. So far, the way these two drafts have developed, it's like a small story. Because Oracle was picked by Virtus Pro, Quincy Crew have a chance to pick Beastmaster. Why? Because Virtus Pro can't pick Enchantress anymore on that 5. Right? Enchantress is a hard counter to Beastmaster in the lane, and then Quincy Crew snatch it themselves, but Virtus Pro answer with the Mirana.
Which they banned out in the
Which they
second
banned out,
phase.
yeah, exactly.
Against
last time.
Enchantress, because aren't both Oracle and Piranha, as far as a 4 or 5 position go, pretty decent against both Beastmaster and Enchantress?
Oracle not.
You can burst Enchantress down a bit.
You can, but the laning stage is a little bit difficult.
Okay.
And when I say a little bit, I mean quite a bit. You have wars, you have all these summons or enchanted creeps that are coming your way, and it's difficult for an Oracle to play his own game on that lane. However, Mirana is nice. You get that arrow to deal with the creeps.
Yeah.
Not always easy to hit the creep, but if you do, it's nice. And the way you play against Enchantress, you just hit the creep while it's not enchanted, and you leave those small ones there, the trash, and if Enchantress wants, she
actually,
can have them.
I think both these teams are interested in blocking the hard camp against each other, probably. But Yawar gets his hands on a very comfy Wraith King, and now VP pick up an Alchemist. This is a very normal-looking draft. I'm so happy for VP.
Are we happy with the Alchemist in general?
I'm really happy in general in this game, because it doesn't matter where they put him, he will have a good time.
Okay.
On safe lane, yeah, he can get pressured, but they must have a plan behind core safe lane Alchemist. But if they put him on off lane, I like that maybe even better, because you're playing into a Wraith King. Those Kellys suddenly just start feeding you gold. It's a very good matchup for an Alchemist.
Only on the second time they die.
Yep.
You might think, I know that there's a lot of people out there that, watch Alchemist play sometime. The gold item, whatever you call it, like the little
Gravel's
icon
Grid.
thing, shows up on the first kill as well, but you only get it on the second.
Sheaves, acid spray lasts 16 seconds. You can kill them 100 times in that. It's ridiculously long.
That's true. I just want to point out that it's not double gold. It's a frequent mistake made. Because it looks like it does. We have a Tidehunter removed from the pool, so we can assume Quincy Crew is expecting an offlaner yet to be picked, DM Hero. We've seen a lot of Alchemist offlane, so DM has a chance of playing that as well. Queen of Pain Lina removed on the side of VP to stop Quinn from playing those.
And DM is probably the player that Quincy Crew knows the best, right? Because of his short stint in NA. So if they're banning out his heroes, they probably have a very good idea that this Alchemist is position 1 instead. Now you have to think about something that's decent paired with Mirana versus the Wraith King. And that's something... Okay, Bristleback. There is... This lineup of VIRTUS is really nice if they manage to go through that early game into late, because that Prophet is extremely strong versus Wraith King. Bristleback will be that frontliner that you can't deal with. So
this is a total 180 from their game 1 draft. This is super tanky. It's so difficult to be able to kill any of VP's heroes.
Looks much better as well.
More sturdy, more stable.
More team fight.
More team fight. All they need to do is survive the laning stage.
And even that shouldn't be too difficult.
I mean, we've seen Enchantress Tusk do quite a lot of work in those early stages. This could still also be a trial lane coming out from Quincy Crew. Beastmaster is quite okay by himself.
Could be.
Their lanes are really strong on Quincy Crew.
Yeah.
Now they need to find the right hero for Quinn on that mid lane versus that Prophet.
Razor.
But VIRTUS Pro, they banned out 2 already, the Lina and the Quap.
Yeah.
Razor might be an option. There's also something crazy like Zeus, but...
Why do you like Zeus?
It's a very good matchup versus that Prophet overall, but not picked. Like, no one picks it. They go with the Wind Ranger. We've seen this.
Take a page out of their South American brethren's book. Okay.
Thunder Predator draft right there.
It was very good earlier today.
Yeah.
That was, of course, a great start to the game that the Wind Ranger had that time around. This time around, up against a Death Prophet. Was it up against a Death Prophet then too?
It was.
Okay.
One of the games, it was versus that Prophet for sure. So I like what they've got, once again, taking a page, like you said, from Thunder Predator's game plan and just Tusk plus Wind Ranger. They can take down the bulkiest of boys.
Yeah. If the thing I'm happiest about is now it's a normal draft from VP. This is the first normal draft that we've gotten from them.
Yes.
And now I can finally figure out how good they are, because I don't think any of the other games have been indicative of how good they really are.
I would agree.
So I'm gonna go VP. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. It would be tragic if they just lose 4 games here and completely bomb out of the major. So I'll give them a charity game.
I will join you because if they do bomb out, this will be the last time that I can go for them. And I want to believe that they do have more in them than what we have seen so far. I gotta believe. That being said, they got a tough ass to beat Quincy Crew. But Lizard, who do you think?
What's the carry on Quincy Crew again?
It is the Wraith King.
Wraith King v Alchemist.
Yeah, I'm from somewhat, not really CIS, but somewhat very close. Had a lot of teams there, but I'll go with NA. I'll mix things up.
Yeah?
I'm hoping for game 3, but I like
Unity, my friend.
All right, Alchemist versus Wraith King. Lacoste, there's a Bristleback.
This is Lorenzo from Dota 2 Pro Games. On this channel, every day, we upload Dota games from pros like Arteezy, Paparazzi, Miracle, and many more. If you want to play like them and understand their secrets, consider subscribing to this channel. You will increase MMR in no time. Also, liking this video is free and will help me bring you more and more content. Enjoy the game. Thanks.
I certainly hope there is. And overall, I've got to sort of agree with Lacoste. I do like what Quincy Crew has. And I feel like just from what we've seen from VP so far, it's just hard to sort of believe that they can do it. They've just not been able to show that they can here on the major stage. So I think Quincy Crew is going to be going into this with continued fantastic momentum after a great game 1 performance.
Well, their back's against the wall. VIRTUS Pro, will they force out that 3rd game, or will they be eliminated after 4 losses? We're going to find out, gentlemen. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, it's finally time again to see it's their last chance, VP. They've got to pick it up now. They've had rough game after rough game. The last game, they just didn't really have a game at all as Quincy Crew just ruled the entire map.
Yeah, pretty much everyone had higher expectations of VP coming into this tournament. They looked extremely strong. One of the tournament favorites, pretty much, considering how strong they looked online. You know, the squad still very young, doesn't have LAN experience. Maybe that's the reason, but yeah, they're gonna go in.
See, they can find this first blood. So they try and go for Kingslayer. Another proc of the tag team, they've got it. First blood for Paulison.
Great start, starting with the Boots of Speed on a Tusk. They might actually keep the 3 heroes on the top for until someone shows.
I think
they
so, yeah.
yeah. They want to get another kill. They see things with that observer ward. Save has one sentry ward. Let's see if he decides to place it.
Let's see if they fall to this trap, VP, that is being set by Quincy crew. Polison keeping himself up at this top lane, hiding in the trees. VP stepped forward too far. Quincy crew will absolutely try and go for another kill here.
They
DM,
know. They
yeah.
see that there is no Tusk on the bottom lane. Leslau starting with Wild Axes.
Yeah, I think, you know, just seeing as
They
he's
know.
having to
They
lane
know
on his own.
something is up, so Tusk needs to TP back to the bottom lane.
So Polison can get done here. The mid lane matchup, GPK on the DP should have a better game than he was able to do on the Morph. You know, DP just much easier to have that sort of game impact, that ability to take objectives. He's up against Quinn on the Wind Ranger. I mean, are you excited to see this? Some mid Wind Ranger from Quinn?
For sure. Like, you can always run away with the Wind Run from the Spirit Siphon, so it's not going to be that effective. But so far, DP doing really good. 6 and 2, Quinn only 2 CS. And VC question mark when we have denies. Is that just for the April Fools?
I believe it's just for the April Fools, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely, just a little bit of fun. Well, I say fun, it can be quite annoying when that question mark keeps popping
Yeah,
up.
that's pretty toxic,
Yeah,
right?
nobody likes to be question marked. But definitely after game 1, I think VP do deserve to be question marked. They've got to pick it up here in game 2. We want to see more fire from this squad that we've been so used to seeing from them before this major.
Mirana's very good in the lane against the Enchanters, of course, one of the reasons why they picked it. You take the big creep, the creep gets arrowed. Pretty simple stuff. You can also just preemptively use it on the big creep, so Enchanters won't be able to get it.
And there's the lane.
Oh, that creep is stuck. You know, he has a lot of region, but yeah, finally will be able to get out.
Top lane, of course, Chavois. He's got his one prepared against DM, so he had to keep himself sustained pretty nicely in the lane. Although he's also got a hefty amount of regen available if Chavois needs to be topped up. So Chavois should be pretty fine farming in this top lane.
Both of these heroes starting with the Magic Stick. Great value playing against the Bristleback. You know he will be spamming those quill sprays.
Bottom lane, Quincy crew doing a pretty good job of keeping the wave in a way that Leslau's having no struggle farming against Nightfall and Kingslayer. Of course, will be hard for these two to really put too much pressure on unless they can find Kingslayer out of position. And once they have the levels with the Boar and the tag team, there's definitely a chance for them to chase. Leslau.
One more nuke. Ooh, that was close.
Nearly ticking down to the acid spray. Won't be the case. Awesome. Will have his courier taken away from him. Kingslayer's able to reach in and take that down.
It's a safe lane Alchemist, so there isn't too much kill potential, but just by sitting in the acid spray, which lasts for 16 seconds, level 2 removes 5 armor, it's just super strong. Poloson trying to make the move on a mid lane, also possibly secure the rune for Windranger, who has a bottle. Same goes for GPK. There is a rotation from Mirana. Let's see where it spawns.
I'll see VP hoping for it to be on the top.
Oh,
And
it's
is.
a big one.
Yeah, GPK is going to be able to grab that. And can afford to throw out a few more of the nukes and spam the lane down and the side camps to keep his farm on top of that of Quinn's. Top lane, a bit of a move being made onto DM. It's already the point where it's hard to go on him lower.
He has 4 Quill Spray charges. That's 5. Bristleback still very tanky. Not too much damage coming out from the Wraith King. They get another courier. That's the second one.
A lot of couriers going down so far this game. Good goal for both sides being picked up. It's bottom. Polison trying to force back the two of them as the 5-minute bounty runes come up. See Quinn, of course, going for their Javelin Rush, making sure that he's going to have some good kill potential when he hits the 6 with a focus fire.
First 2-3 waves were not great for Quinn, but he managed to catch up, sitting at the same amount of CS as GPK.
Quincy, bottom lane. Nightfall. Pushing back Lesdao. Lesdao, how's he doing on the regen? He's going to get salve and also infused raindrop set out to help him against the
you want to have
Kingslayer's
that
throwing out.
against Purifying Flames.
Yeah.
Poloson, he has Tranquil Boots. He got the first blood, so that's extra gold. Doesn't ever have to go to the base pretty much. Has Casual Sage Mask and the Clarity. This hero consumes a lot of mana. Mid lane, Siege Creep plus the Dead Prophet ulti. They need to bring one extra hero to the mid.
I mean, Loa's getting in position. He's here on the side. A courier just walks around the middle and they're able to set up with the Shackle Shot, wrap him around with the Centaur. They've got the chain stun. GPK's dead. The tower's defended. Quincy Crew easily able to push back GPK as he didn't even manage to do sort of half the damage to the tower there. A very well put together defense from Quincy Crew. Loa bringing in that Centaur and having that extra bit of punch and control that didn't give any chance for GPK to back up in time.
And this was before Windranger got the Javelin. Like, the damage is just gonna become insane, especially with the tag team. Like, you have that maxed out, you can go for the Roche. Like, these two heroes can solo kill the Roche pretty much once you have a Maelstrom and the tag team is maxed out. One leap charge on Mirana, Skelly Bros, just Jason.
It's DM.
Tag team, one of the best
That's so
abilities
much damage.
against anyone who's taking nice snowball dodge there.
I mean, Quincy Crew, again, they're just playing the laning stage really nicely. They're getting just that little bit more out of it than VP is. Of course, the farm's still pretty even, but the kills that we're seeing Quincy Crew make the moves to get, that's just not being matched by VP's heroes. I mean, for sure, you know, their cores are a little more static with the way that they want to play the early game.
Yeah, they don't have the real ganker, pretty much. It's, you know, Mirana landing an arrow, or if she gets like Moonlight Shadow level 6.
Oh, look at Quinn.
They need to be grouping around with the Dead Prophet. Shackle does not connect. Tag team, level 2.
They're in. They've got backup coming in though. Save and Kingslayer are around. GPK is getting dove underneath the tower. GPK goes down. As Save and Kingslayer, they can't do anything to keep their Death Prophet alive. Save, he's not getting out. He did have a couple of leap charges left, but wasn't able to jump away in time. It's accepted his fate underneath the tower.
This is such an insane amount of damage. I believe I first saw it from Team Liquid a couple of months ago. Windranger plus a Tusk. Poloson having an extremely good game. He's involved, as a stand-in, you know, he's involved in all of their kills, more like Polo Dad or Polo Daddy than Polo Son.
He is. He's a big boy. And, he's making some fantastic moves, standing in for the squad, and certainly not looking like a stand-in at all. Some top stuff from Poloson. It's Quincy Crew continuing to just progress through this early game as a well-oiled machine. You know, things are going great for Yawara up top. He's able to have room to farm. Did have the Midas queued up initially, but he's going to change it. Go for that armlet first up on the build-up so that if they do try hunting him down, he is going to be able to fight back pretty well. Bottom lane, they're looking for Nightfall. They've got him trapped. He's just dying to the 2 supports, Lacoste.
I mean, this is why Tusk is such a strong hero. It's been contested in most of the games throughout the Major. Let me just check the win rate of this hero.
I think it's over 100%.
59%.
Okay, not that high, but it's above 50. And a lot, you know, there's been a lot of people, a lot of posers trying to play. You know what I mean? It's very much the hero that everyone wants to have a go on. Only some know how to harness the true power.
You know, we release a new hero, everyone is playing it in every single bracket. That's why the, you know, win percentage is so low.
Mid lane, they're getting some damage onto the tower here. We'll see what VP can do to get Quincy Crew off this. GPK and Save not feeling confident to really head over here. They know that the Quinn's got the backup. As they'll head away, they will smoke up. Was underneath the Observer of VP. But they smoke mid, maybe sort of knowing that VP saw it. Quinn TPs off the back of being smoked towards the top lane. As Nightfall will be fine. Pops the ult, is able to disjoint the stun from Yawar. Setup won't be there to allow Quinn to close the gap. But Poloson, he's still able to get in on this. They've got to come over with TP. Save is coming over in with the tag team and the focus fire. The Shackle Shot is laid down. They catch him out. He goes down before VP can get in and keep him alive. Poloson will be chased by GPK with the Siphon. GPK able to find 1 kill in turn. But it's a second time. You know, we saw Nightfall going down on the bottom lane.
That's
He's back out on the map. He's dead a second time in quick succession.
He's still on top of the net worth, but killing Alchemist just always gonna feel great. It's like killing the Meepo, killing all these heroes that can flash farm. Quinn will pick up a Haste Rune. Like, Polison's moves around the map have been amazing. Like, he's been involved in every single kill. He's going for the correct targets. They're not killing supports. They're always pretty much killing the cores. Bristleback invading the enemy triangle, stealing some stacks.
But every time, Polison's there. He's back on the map. He's looking for more action. Sets up onto DM. Backups in. Oh yeah, Polison just continuing 2, 1, and 6. Involved in 7 of the 8 kills here, 10 minutes in. And pretty much all of them kills that he has just set up himself.
Actually involved in all kills. 8 out of 8.
Oh yeah, I can't even do maths.
Yeah, but it was a hard one, you know. 6 plus 1, 7. Like, it's getting,
oh my
after 5, everything is a bit more complicated.
I didn't even do that as a joke. I'm actually just legitimately an idiot.
Quinn Ranger getting very close to Maelstrom, so damage is gonna increase. Now they're taking the bottom tower. Yawar TPs. A bit of a different build on Brave Team this time around.
Like, I like it. I like it.
He's a bit more active with this earlier armlet, which I really like. You know, most of the players that go for Midas or they just have casual gloves of haste. He's like, why not? Why shouldn't I?
No, I think
not upgraded.
It's just a solid read of a game where, you know, Yawar's identified that, you know, his team's getting kills. They're getting action. Polison is setting up so much, and it's not stopping. Over towards mid. They get the catch onto DM. This time the save will be there. Kingslayer's hit the 6. He's got the false promise. Throws it out onto DM. They will be able to trap Polison underneath the tower. This time they'll turn the move on its head because of the fact that they have now got that 6 on Kingslayer.
Save has a couple of leap charges, so he's going to be good. Alchemist will finish off the Battle Fury. Still sick timing on the Battle Fury, even though he died twice. Phase boot Battle Fury 12 minutes.
Trying for the action here, Yawar. He's going for save. Save does have a few leaps left, so we'll be able to break away. Mid lane tier 1 tower goes down. Leslau's able to step in, finish it off.
So they took the tier 1 tower on the mid. They took the tier 1 tower on the bottom. Like, Beastmaster usually camps in that area, continues to farm up until he gets the Necro 3. Very easy for him to just secure that area of the map. I like when Tusk gets farm priority. Like, he gets the lane for himself, has a Falcon Blade, exactly what he needs. Like, this is the perfect item for Tusk. You get some damage, which works nice with the Walrus Punch. You get some mana regen as well, and a bit of an HP. Dire scan. Very close, but feels like it's not gonna connect. When I say very close, I'm also an idiot, Owen. And they almost scan their own teammates.
Awesome. Sometimes you got to check for, you know, if there's an imposter.
I was like, let's get on the same level, you know. Let's balance this cast.
A 3's away. Another slow start on the kill front for VP, but they definitely have a lineup that can get away with that a bit more, with the Alk farming away. But definitely a bit of a concern for VP that, you know, Yawar is able to keep up with the Alchemist. Only 800 gold difference between the two of them. And Yawar on track to make good timing for the Radiants. And at that point, his farm's only going to accelerate even more. So Nightfall's got to speed it up a bit if he wants to stay as ahead as he needs to as a carry Alk. Top lane Leslau is going to be the focus of this smoke movement. And VP, they should have no struggle getting this.
Oh, the Necrobook blocks it, but yeah, they should still get the kill. Oh, he almost gets saved.
He nearly does, yeah. Kingslayer having to use the false promise to stop Leslau from bringing save down.
Leslau has no boots. Going into Necro 3, most of the time it's like that. Sometimes when they're playing against like certain heroes that they need to run away, but boots of speed, like the faster you move, the faster you farm. It's like that. GPK.
Gonna have Polison try and go for this. Yeah, a little deep this time for Polison, straight into the 4 of them. More than ready for that sort of play to come out. VP turn around and take him out.
GPK decided to go for a different item build this time around, like getting a Ghost Scepter, which I really like. You know, he understands most of the damage is gonna come from that Wind Ranger. They want to focus me down. They have a way of dispelling it once there is Necrobook 3 on Beastmaster.
Very close to having that, Leslau. I'll be out rather shortly. See Quinn. Maybe see if he can get in around the 15-minute rune, but no, already on the high ground. Nightfall will have no trouble grabbing that. Paulson seeing if he can get a hold on GPK, but Kingslayer being smart with his positioning, making sure that he's always behind GPK. No false promise for 30 seconds, though, so a little bit of a window where GPK's got to be a bit more careful.
GPK getting closer to level 12. That's going to help out quite a lot. Spirits go from 8 to 16. They double. They could potentially go inside the pit and just force a fight. They have a ton of damage, ton of minus armor, acid spray, goo. Did you know that I thought it was called Vicious Nasal Goo for 15 years instead of Viscous? Like one time I read it, never read it again, was just calling it goo, and then I was like, what?
It's a similar word, right? There's one letter difference. So I can't play. Yeah, that's an easy mistake to make. I'm sure a lot of people watching at home thought it was Vicious. Maybe they didn't. I know they are a smart bunch.
So the timing that Quincy crew is looking for is Radiance on the Raid King, just needs to finish off the recipe. They have a book 3, so a couple of big items. They also might have BKB on a Quinn, but he needs like another minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Pete, I want to get this tier 1 arrow. Does connect onto Quinn here. They're coming in with a follow-up, popping everything onto Quinn, but the snowball save comes out. Paulson trying to keep him alive. It won't work, as VP still able to burst down Quinn. Now they're going to see if they can get more VP. Diving the tier 2s. This is the VP we expect to see, this sort of aggression, as they know that they can chase down lower as well. And Quinn just not quite ready for that arrow to come in. Save finding a great angle from the tree line across the back of the tower. And Quinn finds himself in a disastrous position.
Verse Pro, level 2 exorcism used. They got 2 big kills. They delayed the BKB on Windranger. Radiance will be done in the next couple of seconds. Less loud, just controlling this part of the map with the Beastmaster, but they know that Prophet, he's pinging it out.
Yeah, they're not heading up here anytime soon. They know that Quincy crew are prepared to fight, even with Quinn temporarily being down. He's back in action. He's in the mid lane, setting up behind Jawar.
Full Crimson Guard on Bristleback, an item that we don't see that often, but in certain situations, like they have a ton of right-click damage.
Yeah.
I like that. Against the board, against Necro units, should be a good pickup. Like,
even against
I think
the
you get
focus
the money
fire.
worth back. Yeah.
Yeah. Any of these fast-hitting, low damage.
Quincy crew, they want to use this opportunity when Exorcism is down, because this is where the most damage comes from. Alchemist, you know, he's farmed, but he's not that... Oh, this is big if they can catch him.
They can. They've got the setup. He will get the ult off. See if they've got enough damage to work through that regeneration. The save's going to be there as False Promise comes out from Kingslayer. GPK seeing if he can chase for even more. He's looking towards Quinn. TP's coming over from Jawar. Has got the Armed Radiance ready for the fight. They'll turn towards GPK. GPK's been shackled. Jawar's in on top of them. GPK trying to run, but another slow comes out from lower. Jawar turns over towards DM. That's going to be GPK down. Quinn's able to finish him off. Nightfall turns over towards lower. Lower held in place by Kingslayer. They'll nuke down the Enchantress.
Quincy crew, they need to, you know, ignore the Bristleback, try to go for different people. Shackle, ooh, that was close. He's gonna TP out, they have no stuns left.
Like the dogs you are.
So Quincy crew able to find something off the back of that in terms of the DP kill, and now they can look to turn that into an objective. They'll push down the mid tower.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And we'll see this as well from Jawar. Do you like this approach? He really wants to have something to deal with the Bristleback. He's going to use that Radiance to farm a straight-up Silver Edge.
Oh, he needs to go back. Like, if he dies once, he's gonna die 2 times. The rest of the team is relatively close, but they need to come and help him.
Yeah, they're heading over across the river. Lower on the low ground, Paulson and Quinn will see what sort of angle they can get into this fight. The Moonlight Shadow used for VP to set themselves in position.
Oh, he tried to go for a play, you know, scout for the neutral creeps and snowball on the high ground, but there were no creeps.
Now Paulson, he will still be able to get the snowball off, and he should be left behind by the rest of them. He'll get the punch up. He goes down. Lower also being chased down by DM. VP, they're able to run down the 2 supports. Roche is up and they've just popped the Ghost. They
They
could
need
look
to
to
go
go for
in.
this.
Like, they have regeneration on that Prophet, full HP, full mana. Ghost still running for like 10-15 seconds. This is going to be a free Roche. Quincy crew, they cannot contest this. They could potentially try to go in and snipe the Roche with the power shot, but that's it.
I mean, Yawar could walk in with the reincarnation, but Roche, it's going down too far. Close attempt with the snipe from the power shot, but won't catch it. VP take the kill, and they'll get the Aegis on Nightfall.
Alchemist getting pretty big. You can see the difference between him and Rating right now. He's staying so far ahead. We'll have Yasha done in a second. Full AC, even more minus armor. I like the minus armor kind of build and the lineup. Acid Spray, that's -7, -5 coming out from the Assault and Goo stacks. So that Prophet ulti is going to be insanely powerful.
Oh, yeah, it's just going to tear through these heroes. For Quincy crew, I mean, all of them, not really having the highest of armor values at all. Everything sort of below 15 at least. Yawar's being the highest. Yawar still working on that Shadow Blade into Silver Edge so that they can have a way of opening up onto DM, taking the Bristle out of the fights.
Potentially also cutting into back lines, finding Kingslayer and taking him out, but he needs to turn off the Radiance.
Yeah, he's going to have to be smart with the toggle.
It's not like he needs to toggle Armlet, now needs to toggle Radiance on top of that as well. Too many buttons.
Double toggle, yeah. This is some very high skill level moves that Yawar's going to have to come out with. So far, so good for Yawar, though. Even with the chaos that VP's brought elsewhere, he's yet to be taken out. 1-0-3. He's been able to avoid all the moves of VP. VP getting the space for the tier 2 top. Won't be held onto by Quincy crew. As VP, I mean, this game, as expected with the draft that they've had, it's just, it's looking so much better from what we've come to get.
Yeah, and they're not stopping. They're going for the high ground. That Prophet ulti is up once again. Bristleback can go in and just tank some of the damage. Same goes for Nightfall. Like, he's super farming this Alchemist, this tower, forcing a glyph.
See if Quincy crew can make any sort of move here, though. Yawar getting very low. The Exorcism still a little too spooky for them to make moves into it. VP will get the space for the tier 3. Onto the melee racks. Exorcism still with a few seconds left. They are going to back out as the Exorcism comes to an end. I don't want to push any further. They know that Quincy crew's got the full lineup here.
Good move, respecting Quincy crew, the damage coming out. They know that most of their damage is coming out from the Exorcism. Exorcism almost down. Let's just get out. We don't necessarily need to end the game with the first Aegis. Just wait up. But Quincy crew, every single time Exorcism is down, they will try to look for a fight.
Here we have it, there's the jump. Paulison trying to close in onto Nightfall. Nightfall, no Chemical Rage for a couple of seconds. The arrow comes out to Quinn. They've caught Quinn with the stun. Paulison, able to save him with the stun. Takes him off the time. The concoction, it's out onto the 3 of them as they come in with the Starstorm.
It's the Ravage,
Triple kill
not the
for
concoction.
Nightfall.
Oh my god, like, it was a cool save, but yeah, that 3-man stun. I don't believe I've seen such a good stun from an Alchemist pretty much ever.
I mean, it just perfectly lined them up for Nightfall to come in and cleave them all to death. I mean, that was a brilliant turnaround there. I mean, Paulson, he did try his best. It all goes downhill, really, that play. As soon as Quinn, again, gets caught by the arrow. And then there's the setup. Boom. 3 heroes stunned in position. It's an easy triple kill for Nightfall.
They definitely did not expect that. Like, Blacking Bar was available for Wind Ranger, didn't pop it. He was probably thinking, I don't need to use it. Virtus Pro will take the outpost. Exorcism will be up in 20, but there's no mana on that Prophet. Of course, there is a regeneration rune on top. But he doesn't know that, so we'll TP back to base.
Full pipe on DM as well. It's definitely going to get a lot harder for Quincy crew to get these kills in the fight. And, it's not like Yawar's damage is really going to step up too much because he goes for the Silver Edge build. They're still going to sort of be waiting for that next item after, it feels, for Yawar to be able to get confidently stuck in, whether it be the BKB or the AC. Until that point,
it must be AC.
It's going to be
how
hard.
much minus armor they got, AC is a must-have.
Yeah. They're going to need time, and that time with that sort of a jump up being given to Nightfall in his net worth, it's just going to benefit this Alchemist so much more. Nightfall's farm getting completely out of control after those kills that he's picked up. As the Abyssal Blade, it's going to be right around the corner. And in fact, it's done. So 25 minutes in, Abyssal Blade complete. Nightfall, he can jump on pretty much any of these heroes and start the fight off very solidly for VP. Quinn, he's already been getting hit by these arrows. Now he's got to watch out for being jumped by the Alchemist. There's a lot that Quinn's got to be careful for.
He's level 15 compared to like Dead Prophet level 17. A bit under-leveled. Gem picked up by Bristleback. They also want to see the Hawk when they're smoking and just kill the Hawk. So then it's an extra gold. It's an investment that pays off. It was Kingslayer who bought it.
Here we go, up to the base. There's Quincy crew. They've got to bring something out. They'll get the Shackle out onto the two of them. Policy jumping up to punch him, but the false promise is there. Keeping DM safe. Nightfall jumps over the Abyssal Blade towards Yuar. They bring down Policy and Yuar to pull the ones. Back for a second round. Shackle shot out as well as the Roar. They're focusing Nightfall, but they don't have the damage. They can't stay on top of him. They've got to back away from this Exorcism. There's GPK. He's going to head back. Quinn popping the BKB, but now with the BKB coming to an end, it's very hard for Quinn to get stuck in at all. Focus fire still on cooldown for 25 seconds. VP, they can just head back up and take this Rax. As Quincy crew, they just can't push them back.
Oh, the catapult will finish off the barracks. Nice Shackle.
They're going all in on GPK. With the Ghost and the Howl, but he's tanky. Polisson, he's going to end up dying back. That's a dead Polisson for a minute. DM diving up towards the tier 4s. Quinn's gone. They're heading over to Yuar. Yuar, he'll turn face towards DM. He goes down the once. Can Quincy crew punish this? They've only got the 3 of them. Yuar stunned immediately on respawn. He's out of the game. Triple kill again for Nightfall as VP. This is what we expect to see from them.
Yeah, this is a much more early game-oriented lineup with, you know, bit more team fight as well on top of that. Good execution.
Hi, this is Lorenzo from Dota Pro Games. On this channel, every day, we upload Dota games from pros like Arteezy, Paparazzi, Miracle, and many more. If you want to play like them and understand their secrets, consider subscribing to this channel. You will increase MMR in no time. Also, liking this video is free and will help me bring you more and more content. Enjoy the game. Thanks.
What they need to do, and looked pretty simple for Virtus Pro.
Yeah, no, everything worked out lovely, especially that sort of setup for Nightfall. Nightfall gets the space, he gets the kills, and he's really able to close it up. GPK on the Death Prophet as well, that first pick, that opener, something that a lot of teams have been finding success with. VP, you know, they're realizing that it's a good opener. It's a good way to go, especially when you have GPK, a player that's been playing Death Prophet before it was even meta. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2, VP able to step it back up, bring the series to 1-1. We're going to have a decider match on our hands around the corner.
And that is exactly what we like to see. This is hopefully the start for Virtus Pro. I'm not saying that they're gonna win the series because Quincy crew definitely has a say in that as well. But maybe this game, this win will have helped them find their footing here with Lizard and Tsunami. This game going the way of VP Tsunami.
One step at a time.
One step at a time.
We got their first win on the main stage.
Yes.
First win against an international opponent in probably quite a while. I'm wondering if even like VP Prodigy did play a handful of international tournaments.
No.
Really?
Not this squad.
Not this squad.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because then other people were still in the squad and in the team. And
so good for them.
They're holding the torch for all of the CIS.
Yeah.
They're looking at them from the dark, and also some very desperate Europeans are looking at them as the
all the representation they can
all
get.
the representation that they can get. They're like, save is Moldovan or something, right? Yeah, that's Europe.
Yeah.
He's ours.
Still queuing on the European servers. You were saying GPK #1 versus CCNC #1. Which server has more influence? Which leaderboard dictates where the meta is gonna go?
I mean, to be fair, a lot of Europeans queue on the Russian servers because the servers are in Stockholm, which is for a lot of players closer to them than other servers. So
you pretty much queue Europe West, Europe East, and a lot of Russians also do the same. Russian server, yeah, it's populated, but it's kind of the same player base, really. But back to the game, something that I did not like, let's start with the negatives, then we'll go to the positives from Quincy Crew is, I like their draft. Wraith King isn't easy to execute versus DP, but this combination of Tusk and Wind Ranger, it looks so much better when it's played by Leo Style and Moose. Like when they're in Thunder Predator, they're making small skirmishes, small engagements, these small little pickoffs throughout the game. They're finding kills with tag team plus focus fire all the time.
Yep.
Here, you couldn't really see that from Quincy Crew.
They were making the movements like they were trying to. So partly I give credit to VP for being able to outmaneuver that, but I agree that both these games kind of felt like Quincy Crew doing like, Core IO, other people have been doing that. That seems pretty good. Let's try
looks
that.
good.
Oh, Tusk Wind Ranger, that looked pretty good. Let's try that also.
To be honest, they did do a very good job at the start. We did have both Enchantress and Tusk, both Blossom and LOA, going to that mid lane to help the Wind Ranger out after she got only a little bit behind on the Death Prophet. So they did do that.
They killed the GPK there, right? First exorcism that he used, that he tried to take the tower with, they instantly killed him off. It's a nice response to the Death Prophet, but they didn't translate that into anything very significant because you're playing versus an alchemist. You need to be on a little bit of a faster pace. Your tempo needs to be better, faster. You need to be constantly invading, and that's not something that we witnessed here. They did try, but got repelled.
Yeah, I think we'll make contentions for MVPs now, right? Give me Save, because he actually drafted something real for once.
You want the MVP for Save?
I want the MVP for
I know
the
what it is.
Okay.
I understand what that first game was. That's very so stupid. It's April Fools.
Oh, it was the question mark of drafts.